Hey, what's up? Just giving you a look at the Sebenza, the preparation for the stone washing. Here's the clip before. As you can see, the finish that the Sebenza has mars very easily, and that's primarily the reason why I'm going to get rid of it. Get rid of the finish on it and go with a stone wash. As you all know, the ones that own Sebenzas, when you first get a Sebenza, it looks amazing and the finish is very uniform. But once you carry it in pocket for a couple of weeks, any little thing will give you those snail trails. So the reason I don't carry it very often is because of this tacky talcum powder feeling on it, powder coat feeling. I don't particularly like it. I've given this treatment on my small Sebenza and I really did like it. Made it into a very smooth knife. So we're going to try this. So what I did is I disassembled, put all the hardware in this box, cleaned it up, took the opportunity to polish the washers, and now I've been taping it very well to protect the back side. That side doesn't show anyway, so there's no reason to stone wash that. And I do like to keep that the face unmolested. I am protecting the lock bar where it makes contact with the metal blade. I don't want that messed up by the stones that I'm going to be putting it in. I'll show you that next. So I'll be doing the pocket clip also. The back side's protected. I do feel that it gets a little too slick if I stonewash the whole clip without protecting it with tape. Okay, next part will be the preparation for the actual stonewashing. Okay, I'm going to show you some of the stuff you're going to need to perform this this treatment on your knife, whether it be a Sebenza or any other titanium handled knife. WD-40, you need some kind of liquid, any kind of lubricant. I guess oil would work, but I've seen it done with WD-40. I've had good success when I've tried it before with WD-40, so I'm going to continue using that. You're also going to need some kind of abrasive media. I'm just using these sort of small landscaping rocks. There's enough variety in there in size that you're going to get a nice consistent scratch pattern on the titanium scales. The other thing you're going to need is some kind of container to tumble the knife with the tumbling media in, or rocks. It can be pretty much anything that gives you enough space to move around. I've used an old 2-liter Coke container, but right now I'm going to try to find something smaller to get a nice quick. And remember guys, this is going to be a 5 minutes at the most of tumbling. This is not going to be an overnight thing. So let me find that. The other thing you're going to need is a pair of rubber gloves, unless you don't mind touching the WD-40 when it comes out. When you do come out of the tumbling WD-40 and the rocks, you're going to need to clean that with usually I would recommend some dishwashing soap to get all that WD-40 off, and before you reassemble the knife. Oh, and some paper towels would be good. Okay, we'll continue when I find a container. Okay, I'm back. Just to give you a closer look at the rocks that I got, can be gotten at Home Depot or even at your local Walmart. It's just one of those bags of rocks for landscaping, or even for a little gardening project inside the house for home potted plants. What I did is I cut a little trap door here. I decided to go with a 2-liter, since I'm just going to throw it away afterwards. I cut a little trap door on the top with my knife, and what I'll be doing is I'll be taping that shut so that I can tumble this a little better. So this is about how many rocks I'm using, how much rock I'm putting in there. As you can see, it's all different sizes, and I think that works the best. Okay. I'll give you one more good look at the scales before they go into the rocks. and WD-40 mixture. And I'll try to show you a similar picture when it comes out so you can compare it. I'll put some pictures at the end also. Alright guys, I thought it important to show this step. This is just WD-40 that you got at any hardware store, and I'll spray it in there. I'll probably empty the whole container in there, but I just want to show how it's done. I didn't include this in my first video, and I think some people wanted to see it, so I'm doing it now. I'll pretty much empty the whole canister in there. This is a couple of bucks at the Walmart. I'm not really sure why the WD is used in there. This is what was recommended when I first looked it up a few years ago when I did my first Sebenza. I can only imagine it helps to get the rocks moving in a fluid motion. I'm not really sure why it's done, but it worked the first time, so I'll do it again this time. I cleaned the back of the scales before I put the blue tape on, just to make sure that I got a good contact and they wouldn't fall off as easy. Obviously, once the WD-40 gets underneath that tape, in the corners, it will start to lift. But I'm not gonna be. It's like I said, it's not gonna be in here for a very long time. It's gonna be at the most 5 minutes. I'm not even sure if it's gonna be that much. The good thing about this method is you can stop at any time, pull out one of the scales, and see if you're satisfied with the pattern or with the scratch marks at that point. I would also like to say that this is an expensive knife. Many of you have these knives. I'm not sure if you want to take the chance, but in the event that you do feel you messed it up or you went too far or you made a mistake, you can always send it back to Chris Reeve and they'll recondition it for you. Now there is a fee for that. I believe if you want it sandblasted or re-blasted, there is a fee for that. Just for the normal tuning, there isn't a fee, but you are paying shipping, which can get a little pricey. But if you purchase this knife, you probably have the money to send it in. Anyway, the next part of this will be the actual tumbling, so stand by. Okay guys, we're close to the moment of no return. This is the amount of liquid on the bottom. There's about how much rocks are in there. And I'll go ahead and throw the scales in. At this point, pretty much there's no going back. So, I'll take some tape and seal this off. I'm gonna need 2 hands for this, probably. Hold on. Stare at the wall for a second. Okay. So basically covering it so nothing falls out. And let's start. Can't wait to see the comments on this video. I'm sure there's going to be some people with some interesting comments. Alright guys, I'm going to pause for a second while I tumble it, and we'll come back once I'm done. Okay guys, tumbling has been completed. I went for approximately 3 minutes, pretty aggressively. Here's the finish while still wet. It's hard to get a good idea of what it looks like, so I'm gonna clean them off, dishwashing soap, and give you a better look. There's some irregular marks on there, especially here, towards that, towards this little hole right here. But that's going to be fine. I just wanted a smooth consistency. I don't want that chalky feeling, that chalkboard feeling. So I think this is gonna work out great. Just another note, if you're planning on doing other knives or maybe using that same rock media, you can save it in that bottle. It'll keep for a while. I have used media twice. The water or the WD-40 will get a little milky, like a gray milky color, because of the titanium that it's rubbing off basically. Okay, another look once I've cleaned them, okay? Alright guys, so some dishwashing soap and some hot water. And we'll get these cleaned off and I'll show you what we got. Okay, here's a picture of them kind of dried off in indoor lighting. And I'll let you see how they look once I dry them off completely and reassemble the knife. Okay, beginning the assembly process, just reversing the way I took everything off. But as you guys know, Sebenzas should go back exactly the way they were before you took them apart. Okay guys, the finished product. Here's the scratch pattern on the presentation side. Here's the lock side. So it no longer has that chalky feeling. It's a lot smoother. Not completely, you still have some kind of grip texture. It was in need of lubrication, so this made a big difference. Putting the Chris Reeve grease on there really helped the action on it. Also, the lockup seems a little better than before. I'm not sure why. Maybe it was the order I put the screws in. Not sure why, but the action seems a little bit slightly better. As you know, most Chris Reeve knives have that late lockup by design. By the way, this blade was customized with my grandchildren's names on it. So I will be keeping this forever. So it is mine, and I don't have any plans on getting rid of it. I put in the original anodized backspacer or lanyard loop. This one's been modified so it doesn't fall out, with a little piece of paracord burnt ends and capped off. But I also have the aftermarket blue anodized, and I have the original backspacer blue anodized. I went ahead and changed it out to the silver one, just to keep it kind of uniform, except for that blue pop in the back. Alright guys, hope this helps somebody who's planning on doing the same treatment on their Sebenza. I'm going to walk outside and give you a look of it and how it looks in the sun. Alright, it's a little cloudy out here, but you get the idea. Like I said, it is smoother. It's not completely smooth. I still feel some texture on here. But I think it's going to work a lot better for me. And I'll be more apt to carry it, because I really did it. Like I said, the reason that I did this whole treatment was because I don't like that chalky feeling. It just feels like a chalkboard. Dry. So this feels a little more soft. I didn't think I tumbled it enough to take off the edges or anything like that. Just enough to take off that sandblasted finish. All right, guys. Hope you got something out of this. And leave any comments if you want. Have a good one.